the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Mpanyinfo bu won bebi se wo se achi enya oda ehwa na otafre na busia enye asem ketwa ade ba ko a Asante Maye ana the Central region ya the titiru Kumasi ya wo muwe entimi fida e wo mabra bom ni se ye kwa akoto aba December 7th 2024 election na dodo na tena fie se enya ade se wo mu pii akoto aba na busia amammo we ya genduru ba bia no Asante Maye afa wo mu ni ase ankasa enya asem ketwa wo mu akasa ebetimi testify say NDC amayoku aban ye baaye chese wo mu hu di akasa abusunya ede enti na ne enwumre Nsem-Pii TV ye kasa asemboi video bi wo ha ye bebo na Nsem-Pii TV atiefo nyina ahu video no kwanya adwadefo ma etwa dadwo ewo adum rewes ne so a enya asem ketwa atiefo beka ya na nsenya na ye fensen adum eye bullet ejato ho a ni nyina eye dumso adaworoma ede dumso ma ejato ho a adwadefo wo ho empempem ayira wo muntimi enhu na chiri kwan da biara da ekosi se ewiase besei na wo nyanka bi him abusuya memede ya aye ndro echi memede ya wo musori anopa na wo mu ko modjuma ewo adum rowes ne so a wo mu koduru ya Honorable Amakohene the Asante Regional Minister atimu the excavators esi ho a wo mo bubu amount kiosks amount containers na busuya da ben na sadi we ebisi Ghana ha abla wo bu obi container excavator nam ko fo container so abla omoni amawom abusuya enye asamketwa adwadifo no ekasa ewo ha wo mo chim se nka wo bo mama ne akwa se that say mo so free ha na mo abaje mo asase a enka wo betima yi omoni mani nyina nanso amanebo bia mba wo mo so le memeda no pa ba adwuma o mo ba ya o mo se NDC amayoko no se o man no de sisi e yo mo dia enti wo mo gi railways no eso afa wo mo tu adwadifo no free ho a wo mo niam egu mo containers ni o mo sike egu mu nyina no atimu ahwere mo na busuya mo na mo shebo se mo ba the Women Development Bank aba beboa emma fa ahudi ama emma adiye yebisa se kantamanto hye eni adum hye no wo mo Women's Development Bank no edien ena motima baba ye no ho ama Ghana for yankwe na ensema egedifo bi di tudwa yiwia ye di video no achirew no ahwe kwan a excavator sorry ahomachefa ekuko gina adum rowes ne so na containers ya ebono apem na eniema egum wo matimi tutu ni nyina asei agapade kwa na ye ba next time bi no ye to aba ewo Ghana ha ya we MPP ni ana we Ghana ni a odwin Ghana ho a wontena fie se wonkonkoto aba wobekwa akokoto aba atia NDC amayekuo no ama Ghana tima fa ntoma pafra yankonkotie audio no na hwe kwanya agwadifo etwa dwadwo ye a video a egopunu so no ye de ka ho wo hu kwanya NDC amayekuo no ye cassette mo den wo hu kwanya omotie yankom na ye ba Nsem-Pii TV ye ne yatifo ebetwa so
Saturday, yeah, that's sorry, I am just Nsem-Pii, I am thinking, say, Yama, money, and you are more Mudiga, and we're doing railways, or Mubaya, or more shops, or more container, or more Juma. You are very good now. I have been saying, man, I would say, come on, I also say, now what you Anna air blue light was she, I say, who baby, I'm a phone with them, I'm telling my power. So, who baby, crap on Moshabra, when I saw Asha, now, and then so by ya, who be over 1 week, no new dinner, says, you baby, a bag, over there, shoes, Abatia, my mom, you hanging on, and the other son said, one more, almost see, I know what you mean, and now, baby, I don't know, and then we get that demo, and when you baby, crop of what's ready done, then I was one, a crack, ya, from one, going baby at Neddy. Obusu putie mrante ni klase boboka obusu pashu blue light kakao ba kuso wase ni dio wase nso ba ya ena so sore ba ya da ubuni na abusia mesese wo be bi makidi mati bra betie ye bi bi ni tie kaya kwasa nka abia cha ye be bubu na nke be yi ye niema o ma mo ye nka ye no so ma be dura gu ye niema sa sa ye niema asa sa ye ni ma nyina ma be sanu ma kuko nyina mo de grele na duagu
sama refiala ngono ko ya ko kuliya ta di sim be ke torfa be rufu ni ya mai ba ma arsan sha Allah na bo wurin mai kamar ta ba ni
na mi ya duma ba ko ni en ko ko shi no dum shi me de na na be ko ya so o mo man ni na ma no shi na ma ni ya to
be ko ma pani bi ya ko no wan kan sha ni akure se ya mo ga nya bo e bi mo jije be bi mo gada mi be du ha no ma boto because o show obi atina ha 20 years obi atina 30 years ya ba be se o mo nyuma ni de bi san se regional minister de pa de Kumasi for ya wo bi de fu me wo me bi min twa no de me ya no se ya ba ma me ba ko se o ma ko regional minister engineer mo any proper response ilu sa ba minor show mo sa do mo ya de se o meja padia bi e no omo chese de omo ta so de be si o mu tirim dia no mo ye no Kumasi
the president de na no for the vice president of Ghana yan tininka ye nyina ye baka ya bra ye Ghana ma me fu mu diga e da si na watwi yan tininka yan tininka ko fu da ben ana Kumasi de fo e be no ko kan ya so mu ko school an ko ma me trege ko kan ya ka to say ye ma me mutie o mu ko school ma me gani na mu wotina ya o de hwe le be school ya ka to say o ko school a ma me trege ma me to ne ma aya ra wo sem an se hwe ma me ma so mu hi yo mo o bi be na ba ma ma ye say ara ke ya wo ya na ya ma asama ti ya ya da bani o ama ya da bani
it is allowed to zuba na on wo pe KM no oni na be lidi ama ya be bubu sa nyoma o enti yesra mo omo mra na omo mechire mu nchire ye maame ne ye nuanu ma omo se sei omo e dia re ho ba ko be se se na be ye wa omo tia eto e wa se e de fu wa ko nyina no asase omo tia ho sika ma le se podi e bi omo be je bi kamera ba se na tia fu dem pami fu wa se ke me ta ko ma na tia ko na ko ko fo ni na wo na sorry am ko ko stop na ko ye bi sa se se e ka ma be dia wu ya ni ma fa tia ya ni ma pa na wo ye tia tia mo ka pa mun kan tia ma dia na mo ya ne de
tia mo ka
as a middle bencher 2013 when I was a backbencher, and the leadership positioned some of us to be in the middle bench to throw the punches, so they would come in when your back is against the wall. So that was what I did as a first timer, although I was supposed to be a backbencher, but I was pushed into the middle bench to do the advocacy in opposition. Then we came into government. I didn't make it into leadership, but then I still had to stay in the middle bench to be giving it back, because you see, if you don't push back, your back would always be against the wall. So that was a role that was assigned to me. And I did that for first 4 years, and then I had to come into leadership as deputy. And Che would always reserve the big days for me. So he would prepare me when some people say, I am boisterous. That one is also coming from you.
That's true.
I have to accept it because it's a role I have to play. He knows procedure, and he also knows the rules, but he has my advocacy as a lawyer, and he needed that strength. So we will prepare on debate. We will prepare, and also, deputy leader, these are the lines you have to take. But you don't have to underestimate NDC. You know, MPP, we are like a middle class party. NDC has its roots from the revolution and it's a grassroots party. So when you are dealing with NDC and you go the, you know, a Akrachi way, you will stay in opposition forever. So you need to strategize. It's a mix of when you have to negotiate, when you have to punch, and when you have to lay back and all. So you realize that, especially in the last 4 years, it was 137, pound for pound, almost on daily basis. And these are the strong team. The Ablakwas, the Suhinis, the Defiamapos, okay, Ayargas, they were there. And they had a strong leadership. All of them could punch the same weight. And outside, our strong men were in government. And we had some other MPs whose energy levels were not as strong enough to face the other side. So on any given day, you have about 10 hitting on government, setting all manner of agenda. I was alone. And I had to carry all on my shoulders. So seeing me boisterous, seeing me punching, it was a necessary intervention. You know? And for instance, when I eventually became a majority leader and speaker ruled against us, people said, oh, why didn't you negotiate? Why did you run to the Supreme Court? Look, all doors were shut.
All doors were shut?
All doors were shut.
In terms of
engagement. People didn't realize that it was close to election. Speaker would be can never be neutral. Speaker has a party. And I knew that Speaker was also doing the bidding of his party. All right? The pressure that I put on him, he received, if not more, similar pressure from his party. But what must I say? Over. You see, so this was a situation where we had gone to engage him. And looking at the situation, he was only going to listen to us and not to rule. And I'm the leader. He rules and says that I've declared 4 seats vacant. What that meant practically was that I was a minority leader. What that meant practically was that there could be no government business. What that meant was that the committee leadership would also have to change, committee composition. People didn't know what that meant. Committee composition. What it meant also was that the new majority, if it had been allowed to stay, will now dictate to government what government should do. And our friends were poised to do that politics. There was no way for me. So I had to now seek interpretation, which I did. And now minority leader. Look, we went into an election, very bruised. We expected, we were looking forward to winning. We didn't win. And even so, the performance in Parliament was not what we expected. That even if we lose, we should come back with some 130 seat, 120 seat, or in the worst case, in 100. Now we are back to our 1997 squad, where they were 61, NDC 133. So now 88 against 187. None of the independent MPs join us. So that means that you need to do as much pushback as possible. The party base must be activated. You must also lead the rebranding. Now, there is no party leader. We don't have a flag bearer yet. We have a couple of our senior men, putting their names. We hear names, the flag bearer for 2024 himself, Dr. Baumia, is looking forward to returning. We've heard his name. We've heard Kennedy Japan. We've heard Brian Achampong. We've heard Dr.